Okay, I want to try this one in a different way because the one I just did was pretty long, and I still might keep that one over this one, but I'm gonna try it in segments, if that's okay with you guys. These are not, I have tarot cards here, but I'm not really interested in that right now. I'm gonna title this one Never Have I Ever, because I think that was like towards the end of my more longer video, and I'm just trying different ways out to articulate, I guess, my feelings in this category. And then I think I'll break the other one up to be something else that I kind of had in the middle, kind of like working backwards. And then what I talked about at more at the top of that video for the third one. And let's see how short this one can be. Okay, so as far as group affiliations, I've never, first of all, been wellly received in any group situation, okay? Even when I followed Christianity, okay? I always was a person that wanted to dig deeper into things, and it would agitate people, especially whatever leader there was, okay, of those denominations, you call it. Okay, so as soon as I would, I guess, pick at something that they didn't want to discuss or validate or deal with, I would be reprimanded in some way concerning it, right? So quickly I learned my personality type wasn't necessarily correct with those groups, and which kind of put a bad taste in my mouth concerning groups as far as like church associations, I guess. And then as far as spirituality, it seemed like something I could do on my own, as I felt God intended, okay? Something personal. And a lot of that inspired me to look at different things, tap into different energies that presented themselves to me, and also that I was curious about. But anyway, that's a whole nother one, video about how I feel about poly spirituality, where I do like to share. It's in the spirit. I do. I like being able to have access to more than one energy and to love them all, even the unpleasant ones, to find, you know, just what intrigues me about even the unpleasant ones and what it taught me, etc., etc. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject. My point is, I've never had much support in terms of groups, even when it comes to actual family. So I have not teamed up with anyone to do any ritual against anyone, okay? I don't do malicious work, though I will do protection work. And if you are an enemy, known and unknown, and something touches you, it was supposed to, because you did something to me that was not warranted. I may not know that you did it, but God does. So That's that on that. I don't send energies to anybody's home. I don't believe in sending energies to manipulate children. That is gross. I don't believe in trying to swap destinies with anyone. That's not, it's just not nothing I would do. Just ill. Me actually listing these things is, also, what this has taught me concerning myself is I must have some really cool ass energy if people feel like they have to do all of that to try to make me feel some type of way or to not exist in this world. It's just, it lets me know that there is something greater. Because this has been happening since my childhood. I have acknowledged that via the downloads and the confirmation of those downloads that I've been sent. I said down. I feel like someone who really hasn't cared too much for their lifestyle is trying to project into my energy. They've never cared about anything I've had to say. It may even anger them. And one of the things that I have realized throughout this season of me just speaking what I feel, okay, right or wrong, just talking. I have been talking to people that I did not even know I was talking to and about. And that's where these things have been brought to my attention concerning people that have been warring, that I'm like, wow, I wouldn't even think I would be somebody on their radar to war against. But it has been made known to me. And it's like, with all that money, with all that status, with all that prestige, with all those connections, like, you still can't find anything else better to put together. Then that doesn't make me feel like anything concerning the divine. It just makes me think like, I don't know, like, what's wrong with you? Like, all the things you could be doing to expand goodness, like, and I don't mean that in the terms of just, oh, hallelujah. No, I'm way, I just mean whatever that brings on those good vibes for people. And it's like you have all these associations, you have all these orders that you're under, but yet, like, you choose to do that. And then towards me, who wasn't even thinking about you. Okay. Wow. That's interesting. How is that supposed to so-called decrease my value to myself? I don't see how. To me, that's where I get confused. Like, how is this supposed to translate that I'm not valuable? Because anybody that's going through all those lengths to make themselves known to me negatively, you're actually showing my value. I'm not the one that's trying to make sure whether I think you're smart, dumb, whatever, naive to the fact or not, going out my way to be like, you're so naive and dumb and special. No, that's you. That's not me. And I mean this with all due respect, and not towards anybody that actually are trying to connect in all uprightness, okay? But anybody that is doing that to try to make fun or to call me out for what I supposedly am not, you know, who sits up and talks about something that is nothing? There's people that, you know, I came into this world with, I don't think about. There's people I've known for years. I'm not sitting up here, I don't have them on my mind. So if you're going through lengths to try to put my mind on you, or to bring attention to your lifestyle that is none of my business, and nor have I tried to make it my business, then you're saying more about how you feel about me than how I feel about you. And that would never cause me anymore to look at myself in a less than light. And I don't care what I have or don't have. You evidently feel like I have something for you to have to go through that type of lengths to try to make me feel like any type of way in the first place. That's why I feel how I feel. Strongly. Because I haven't had the same mind as other people, and you trying to make your mind is not making it the truth. It's just continuing on a lie, and I know it's a lie. We're not the same. I don't care to be. There's no book that you wrote that's going to make me play your game of trying to think like you. I don't want to. I want to be myself. And I'm constantly finding out what that means to me and for me. And it has nothing to do with me reaching for any partnerships or connections on the premise that I have to feel rushed or in some to me, if that's the case, that's lack in itself. What's for me is for me, and what is not won't be, and it's just that on that. I don't want to want anything more than the gifts that money can't buy that the divine has given me. Mama and Daddy have given me things that are so precious to the parts in me that had the questions, and I still have questions. But what man is not willing to answer for me or to be fair concerning, I'm like, that's fine. I turn away from that. So I've been going to where I gain without having to beg or plead or say, no, their timing is not mine. I will say that, which has made me feel like, oh, am I being heard? But these things that I've been given lately and knowledge alone has allowed me to know that it hasn't been okay concerning what has been done to me. It's never been okay. It's never been okay, the things I've experienced against my natural will, especially as a child. And like for anybody to try to come in and try to turn that and pervert that into something else, to try to say that you're correct with the other types of manipulations of my spirit you're trying to do, then you're fooling yourself. If I'm delusional, you're sure fucking delusional. Because that's not okay. It's not okay to the other people you've been doing that to. I don't remember writing with my baby hand this other stuff that I've experienced that I knew didn't have anything to do with my natural contracts. You can say what you want to. You can get who you want to. I know that for a fact. So you have to account for that if you've had hands involved. That's on you. You can sleep on that. But I'm aware, and I cannot go back to being unaware of it, because it's precious to me, as it should be. It's not a pity party type of thing. It's like, oh, that makes sense type of thing. And why would I exchange that which makes sense and brings forth peace for something that just never has fit? So the projections, I mean, if God's allowing it for a time, then let it be. But I know. I just don't care. I guess I'm not caring the way people want me to. You know, I know you wrong me. I know you continue to try to wrong me. But it's like, whatever. Okay? Just whatever. And a kind of like, we'll see type of attitude. Because, I mean, I'm not trying to be them. I think you are. No, people got a whole song, Stop Trying to Be God. But there's a lot of people trying to be Source. Trying to prevent, trying to act like other people are trying to do it. And I'm like, and I never even had support concerning a dang on lip balm I made and a lip scrub. Let alone me getting together forces to do something, or paying somebody to do something, even to somebody out of maliciousness. That's just not my way. So, like, fuck anybody that's told that lie. That's how I know that fucking shit ain't for me. But it's almost at, you know, it ain't even almost, it is. It's just like, whatever you say, but we're gonna say this as well. We're gonna see who gets the last say. You, who constantly keep projecting this lie, or the Most High Mama and Daddy, who governs us all from the so-called tippy top to the bottom. I don't have time to be sitting up here constantly trying to keep up with people that never had the facts straight in the first place, or who bandwagon with people off of a story and never come straight up to my face. How can I respect you? You yourself come up to me and have any kind of, especially people in the past, you don't do it. And if you knew and I've never met you and you're picking at me, like, that's definitely some cowardice stuff. You don't come up and show up straight up. You don't. To have any conversation like, Katori, did you do this or did you do that? Because I don't feel nothing about anybody, high or so-called low. You know, what you in society call it, high or low. Think that you're so much of all of that, where I'm gonna sit up here and be like, oh my God, you're not my God. You may be other people's God. You may run other people. I don't have nothing to do with that, but you're not in that place in my heart. Many flesh and bone and blood people have ruled this planet and have done what they've done to cause masses to believe that they are Source. They run it, and maybe they were given that privilege for a while. I don't know, for whatever reason. But that doesn't make you that. It just brings on that so-called fear of that's who they are. But it don't ever last, because it's not meant to. So it's like, they're who I love, Period. Your existence or what you try to do or who you gather with to do it, that's your existence. That's not what I prescribe to. And I wouldn't want to be a part of any people that don't fight for justice truly. That's not who I would want to partner with anyway. Anybody that would come to me talking about some, let's get together to sit up and mess with somebody and do all kind of fuck shit, no, that would be a turn off. I wouldn't have been getting kicked out of churches and shit. Like, fuck all that. That's all I have to say about that.